Welcome back to 15 Lanes Talk Game Week 13 review show. We are going to talk about all the games that happened all over the weekend, as we saw Manchester City, Liverpool, and Manchester United bouncing back to their winning ways. And on the other hand, we saw Chelsea versus Arsenal as they were sharing points. Let's go. Manchester City versus Leeds United. Manchester City 3, Leeds 2. We all know how Manchester City needed this game after suffering back-to-back defeats in a week's time. You understand? So now they have moved second on the top of the table and closing the gap on top of the table to 5 points. Also, like Manchester City left the game late. They started the game real good. In 25 minutes, they were leading 2-0. But few moments later, Leeds came back in the game, and they forced the game to extra time, 90+7, where Phil Foden scored the winner for Manchester City. In my preview show, we mentioned about this game like Manchester City. It would be light work for it, as we saw Manchester City in midweek making a heavy squad rotation of 10 players, and we thought like those 10 players, after having that squad rotation, is going just to be a walk in the park against Leeds. But Leeds put there a fight, and the game was on the tie 2-2 until 90+7, where Phil Foden came to the rescue for Manchester City. This was a Foden shot this time around, whereby he scored 2 goals to help Manchester City secure the 3 points. And on the other hand, Haaland had a lot of impact in this game, though he did not score, but he had a lot of impact in this game off the ball, pulling defenders away, as he still waits to score his 100th goal for Manchester City. We also how Manchester City is vulnerable in the transitions. That's how Leeds score their goals, so Manchester City need to fix that. Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. Manchester United back to their winning ways as they beat Crystal Palace 2-1. You understand? We all knew this game is not going to be easy for Manchester United, because we saw Crystal Palace suffering a defeat in the Europa Conference League. You understand? And they had to get some hope, or to try and get back to their winning ways as they face Manchester United at their home turf. And we all know how Crystal Palace have been unbeaten at their home turf. So Manchester United came at the Crystal Palace home ground and beat them to end their unbeaten run at their home turf. And some of the talking points in this game, we saw Crystal Palace going ahead in the halftime with that goal from Mateta. You understand? But Zaxi for Manchester United, who also ended his goal drought in the Premier League with that equalizer for Manchester United to make the game level, and with the help of Mason Mount to seal the game for Manchester United so that they can win the game. One of the positives in this game, we saw Lisandro Martinez getting some minutes there. He was brought in to help Manchester United to cross the line and keep their win intact. You understand? So that is one of the biggest positive things for Manchester United right now. So let's see if Lisandro Martinez will play the next game for Manchester United, because he's best defenders if he's fully fit. West Ham versus Liverpool. After back-to-back defeats, we saw Liverpool bouncing back to their winning ways and also moving on top of the table after humbling West Ham 2-1 at the London Stadium. Some of the talking points in this game, we saw Isa opening his Liverpool Premier League account after having a very difficult start of the season. He last scored in Carabao Cup. Then he played there some games where he did not perform real well. Then he got injured and came back, missed some chances here and there, and now he has finally opened his account for Liverpool. What does this mean? Is this going to be a confidence booster for him to keep going, or is he going again to slow down? In our previous show, we talked about Slot, if he's going to change his squad again, and he did that. We saw him dropping Mo Salah for Florian Wirtz, but the biggest call, we thought it had to be Joe Gomez for Ibrahim Konate, but he did not drop Konate. But what he did, he played Joe Gomez at the right back, In our previous show, we asked the question: Does Slot have any problem with Joe Gomez? Because we know when Joe Gomez Klopp was there, he used to play left back, sometimes right back, sometimes center back. He was multi-purpose, but this time around, we have been seeing Slot playing there. Even if Joe Gomez has been fit, Slot has been playing left, right back, as Bosley. But this time around, he changed and he put there Joe Gomez, and it paid off. What does this win mean for Liverpool? Are we going to see Liverpool keeping the winning momentum going, or are we going to see them folding again? You understand? Because we know in this December, many games are going to be played. You understand? So right now, Liverpool has every team is going to try and win some games here and there. So is this also going to be a turning point for Liverpool to see like they close onto those European positions and also close the gap on top of the table, because they are the defending champions of the league? Chelsea versus Arsenal. Points shared at the bridge as Chelsea dropped to third and Arsenal dropped their point lead to 5 points. You understand? As Manchester City also closed the gap. The talking points in this game, we saw Arsenal started this game without both of their best defenders in Saliba and Gabriel. We all knew Gabriel is out like for 2 months, but Saliba got an injury in the last training session, whereby he missed the game, and we saw it affected Arsenal's performance, because in that backline they lacked leadership between Henkapi and Masquera. They played really good, though they were shaky on the ball in some phases of play, but it showed that Arsenal missed Gabriel and Saliba. One of them had to be there if Arsenal needed to win this game. Mikel Moreno still proves like this season he has already scored 10 goals for Arsenal in all competitions, so he has been that crucial for Arsenal. And another positive thing we saw, like for Arsenal, Victor Gyökeres came back and he had some minutes here and there, and also we saw Gabriel Jesus back for Arsenal, so he's going to be also very, very crucial for Arsenal going forward, mostly in this busy period of December. You need all your squad to be there. For Arsenal, maybe Arsenal, they can take a point from this game, because we all know they have had a very, very tough fixture. They had Tottenham Hotspur, then Bayern Munich and Chelsea. So whereby they won 2 and drew 1. It's not bad, you understand? And the question is, can Chelsea build from this moral boost and defense resilience against Arsenal to keep their defense and everything intact for the upcoming games until the season ends? Thank you.